It's a beautiful morning here at INIOLUWA, and we're live at the studios of iPower 102.7 FM. This is your delectable sports program, Sports Diaries, and I am Sports Diva. I am going to be taking you on an eventful ride through the world of sports, ranging from the latest update, expert analyses, and exciting highlights in the sporting arena. Now, let's step into the dynamic world of sports, beginning from some spectacular headlines. Talking 2026 WCQ. Nigerians react to Super Eagles 1-1 draw with South Africa. Ireland scores 5 as Norway crash Moldova 11-1 in World Cup qualifiers. Now talking Rwanda. Rwanda push Super Eagles into 4th place with win over Zimbabwe. And finally, on the EPL, Postecoglou agrees to take over as Nottingham Forest head coach. We'll take a short break. When we get back, we'll dish what we got for you on the program today. Do not touch that dial. Glad you're still there. Starting with our top story this morning. South Africa hosts Nigeria in crucial 2026 World Cup qualifying games. Yesterday evening, Eric Shell's men appeared to have given themselves a chance to dream after recording a narrow 1-0 win over Rwanda last Saturday. In a game where Talisman Victor Osimhen limped off on the first half with an ankle injury, the rest of his team after and puffed against the immovables. New Wolves striker Tolu Arokodare proved to be the hero of the day, coming off the bench to score the only goal of the game. Without Osimhen, the Eagles faced an uphill task against the Bayana to keep their ambitions alive. On the first half, there was an early injury for Nigeria as Osayi Samuel replaced Ola Aina. South Africa took a 1-0 lead in the 25th minute thanks to Troost Ekon's own goal. Soon enough, Nigeria leveled before the break with a towering header as defender Calvin Bassey scored his first ever goal for the Super Eagles, although the ball appeared to come off Bassey's hand on the way in. A lack of VAR in the stadium allowed the referee oversight to stand. Both teams went into the break level at 1-1 in Bloemfontein, while in the second half, Tolu Arokodare was brought in to replace Cyril Dessers. The new Wolves striker came closest to scoring for Nigeria as his efforts from the tight angle graced the front of South Africa's goal. Late in the second half, soon enough, Troost Ekong was also taken off, and Bruno Onyemachi was put on. In the full time, South Africa played a 1-1 draw with Nigeria. The draw leaves Nigeria 6 points behind South Africa with only 2 matches left in the group and effectively leaving Super Eagles at the mercy of CAF and FIFA ruling on Bafana fielding an eligible player to stand any chance of playing at the World Cup. Now, let's hear from the fans. What do you think played out with yesterday's match, and was it to your liking? The number to call is 0816 552 4699. I repeat, 0816 552 4699. Clearly, opinions are split, and some are praising the Super Eagles' energy, while others are questioning their yesterday's game. And now we move on to another segment of today's program, Sports Flashback. This is where we take a look at historical events that has happened on this particular day in the world of sports. Particular day as in the 10th of September. And this morning we will be talking about Abebe Bikila of Ethiopia. He was the first African gold medalist, and he ran a world record 2:12 and 11:2 to beat Britain, Basel, Italy by more than 4 minutes and win the men's marathon at the Tokyo Olympics. He was the first athlete to win Olympic marathon twice, first in 1960 and then in 1964. And now closer to home, on the final day of the 9th National Youth Game at Stephen Keshi Stadium, Oluwapelumi Ayomiposi delivered a standout performance to clinch gold for Team Ondo in the 37 kg male kickboxing category, bringing the state's gold medal tally to 4. In another kickboxing event, Okpayemi Abayi earned a bronze medal in the 55th kg female category as Ondo State wrapped up its participation in 15th place on the overall medal tablet. The state finished with 11 medals in total, 4 gold, 7 bronze, placing just behind Anambra, which secured 14 medals, 4 gold, 2 silvers, and 8 bronze to claim the 14th position. What's wrong with the network? Oh God. Still talking 2026 WCQ, Brussels Bafana for matching Super Eagles physicality. South Africa head coach Hugo Broos has praised his players for standing up to the challenge of the Super Eagles. Bafana, the Nigerian battled to a 1-1 draw in Kenley, contested 2026 FIFA qualifying match day. And now we take that headline again. 2026 WCQ Brussels Bafana for matching Super Eagles physicality. South Africa head coach Hugo Broos has praised his players for standing up against the challenge of Super Eagles. Bafana and Nigeria battled to a 1-1 draw in keenly contested 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match day. It encounter at the Toyota Stadium, Bloemfontein yesterday. South Africa went in front after the Nigerian captain William Troost-Ekong bundled the ball into his own net in the 25th minute. The Super Eagles fought back with Calvin Bassey looking on Fisayo Dele Bashiru cross on the stroke of half-time. Nigeria dominated the second half looking for the winner, but Bafana stood firm at the back. Brost applauded on his player after the game for matching the physicality of his opponent. He said, and I quote, "It was a match like I expected, a physical match, much harder from my opponent. It is only a few seconds into the halftime when they tried to win the game with power football, but we did a very good game also." Yes, sir. And now let's talk about countries that have been eliminated from the 2026 World Cup qualification race. We have more than 80 countries that have failed in their quest to secure qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This comes following the conclusion of the September World Cup qualifiers played across the globe. In African zone, about 18 nations have failed in their quest to secure next year's World Cup ticket after recording the lowest points in their different groups. Recent reports that some countries like Congo, Chad, Ethiopia, Eswatini, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Lesotho, Mauritania, Mauritius, South Tome, Principe, Somalia, South Sudan, the Gambia, Togo, Burundi, and Central African Republic are nations that have been eliminated from the 2026 World Cup qualifiers globally. Others include Togo, Tajikistan, Thailand, Gambia, Timor-Leste, Tonga, Turks, Kakio Island, and a host of others. Still talking 2026 World Cup qualifiers, Thomas Tuchel, named England star, is most happy with after 5-0 win over Serbia. England manager Thomas Tuchel has said he was happy with Noni Madueke's attitude in the 3-Lion 5-0 win over Serbia. However, the German tactician said the English winger needed to be focused. Madueke scored England's second goal in the 35th minute with captain Harry Kane, Ezri Konsa and Maguire also on the score sheet. Marcus Rashford came off the bench to score a final goal for the sport in Belgrade Radko Mitiki Stadium. Addressing the press after the game, Tuchel hailed Madueke's eye-catching display, but insisted the winger needs to improve. The former Chelsea boss said he was happy because the Arsenal star played with hunger. And on top of that, he said that he needs to be focused. England is 7 points better than Armenia in the Group K of the European qualifying series. Their next game is against Latvia in October, and Madueke will be hoping to retain his place in Thomas Tuchel's lineup. Yes, sir. Still talking 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Here is a result of all the matches that were played yesterday. First, beginning from the most popular one, South Africa playing with Nigeria, 1-1 at the Free State Stadium. Goals from Trust Ekong and Calvin Bassey gave both Bafana and Super Eagles a point each. Senegal came from 2-0 down to beat DR Congo 3-2 at the Stade des Martyrs. In the African zone, we have Kenya 5 and Seychelles 0. Sierra Leone beat Ethiopia 2-0. South Africa, we all know that, drawed with Nigeria 1-1. Cape Verde and Cameroon. Cape Verde beat Cameroon 1-0. Burkina Faso and Egypt, it remains 0-0. DR Congo and Senegal 2-3, with Senegal having 3 and DR Congo having 2. Togo and Sudan, Togo 1 and Sudan 0. Zimbabwe 0 and Rwanda 1. Tanzania 0 and Niger 1, Nambia 3 and South Tome and Principe 0, Mauritania and South Sudan 0-0, Gabon and Ivory Coast 0-0, Angola and Mauritius, Angola giving them 3 and Mauritius having 1, Benin giving Lesotho 4-0, Gambia giving Burundi 2-0. In the European zone, we have the Azerbaijan and Ukraine in a 1-1 draw. Armenia and Republic of Ireland in a 2-1. Armenia as 2, while Republic of Ireland had 1. France 2 and Iceland 1. Hungary 2 and Portugal 3. Bosnia and Herzegovina 1-2. And Herzegovina 1 and Australia 2, Cyprus 2-2 and with Romania, and Norway 11 and beat Moldova 1, Albania 1 and Latvia 0, and Serbia and England having 5 and Serbia 0. Meanwhile, the next World Cup qualifiers will take place in October. Yes, still talking 2026 World Cup qualifiers. I am not happy. ADEKOYA names cost of Nigeria 1-1 draw with South Africa. I guess that's a feeling we all have. We football lovers all have this morning. Former Super Eagle midfielder Mutiu ADEKOYA has said there was no other reason Nigeria would have settled for a 1-1 draw with South Africa if not for the bad condition of the Free State Stadium in Bloemfontein. He blamed the pitch for the 1-1 draw yesterday in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The defeat leaves Nigeria third in Group C table behind Benin Republic on 14 points and South Africa on 17 points. Yes, sir. Now we're heading straight over to the transfer scene. Onana accepts offer that will double Manchester United salary. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana is set to double his wages by joining Trabzonspor on 1-year loan deal. According to recent reports, Onana has accepted the terms of the transfer after the two teams reached an agreement. The Cameroon international will now fly to Turkey later this week to finalize the move. It is understood that Onana is in line for a big pay raise due to signing on fee and bonuses. United will not receive a loan fee, and there's only option for the Turkish club to sign Onana permanently when it returns on June 30th. Onana's future at Old Trafford has been in doubt this summer after United signed St. Lamens from Antwerp in a 21.7 million euros deal last week. Yes, now still on soccer, now talking Turkey, why Fenerbahce sacked Mourinho. Fenerbahce's president Ali Koka has revealed why they decided to fire Jose Mourinho as their manager. According to Koka, Mourinho's defensive style of football was no longer acceptable. The former Real Madrid and Manchester United was sacked after only 1 year in charge. Mourinho was fired last month after Fenerbahce lost to Benfica in the Champions League playoff. Koch has now insisted that Mourinho's dismissal was not down to that tie, but the overall style of the team. He said, and I quote, "We knew our coach was a defensive player when we brought him in, but we talked about the need to play more dominantly at the end of the season. Earning 99 goals and 99 points is our genetic code. Being eliminated by Benfica wasn't a problem, but the way we were eliminated was unacceptable. This made me feel like last year's football will continue." Next up, we'll quickly take a flight into one fixture happening next tomorrow, talking English League Championship. This is a match between Ipswich and Sheffield United, and it's going to be happening by 8 p.m. live at the Portsmouth Road, Ipswich, England. What do you think is going to take the crown home? And with that, we've come to a wrap on today's program. Many thanks for staying with us on today's edition of Sports Diaries. See you tomorrow, same time, same station. And until then, I remain your favorite sports diva. Keep loving the game and stay sporting. God bless you.